Sister wives, broken vows. It was just before daybreak when the phone arrived. It came from Kody himself, his voice trembling, barely suppressing alarm as he stated that Robyn had passed out at home, not from a doctor or a family friend. She was sitting upright in bed 1 minute, gently disputing with him over the impending family get-together, and then she was slumped over, her body shaking, her eyes rolling back in her head. After attempting to resuscitate her and dialing 911, he accompanied her to the hospital, where wires and monitors quickly took the place of his embrace. The lady who had entered their lives like a lamb and risen to become the queen, Robyn Brown, was now comatose, encircled by blinking machines, and suffering from a condition that went beyond simple disease. Something old. Something that no doctor could name right away. The hospital was a sterile, silent place with white walls. Like a lost prophet, Kody roamed the hallways, murmuring half-prayers to a god he no longer felt a complete connection to. Hey, hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel, TLC Flicks. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Let's dive into the latest drama. A harsh truth gnawed at the back of his mind like a migraine. He had spent so much time ignoring the others and had centered his entire life on the solace and sorrow of one woman. And suddenly, silently, here she was. If love could kill, he asked himself repeatedly. Through imbalance, obsession, and the spiritual decay that results from elevating one soul above another. Not in the beautiful way that novelists portray it, but in the true way. Robyn had received everything from him. Did she now lose her life because of her devotion? Elsewhere in Flagstaff, Janelle sat quietly at her kitchen table as the morning light started to fade. She had been awakened by the call, but not startled. No, she had been sensing a strain in the air, an unseen knot tightening around the family's throat for days. Her initial response upon learning that Robyn was in serious condition was not one of panic. Reflection was what it was. How often has she attempted to talk? To express her suffering? To inquire as to why one wife's emotional demands had been given precedence above the harmony they had previously promised one another. Even when Robyn first joined them, she had always sensed it, a feeling of unbalance, of manipulation concealed under tactful speech and rehearsed tears. Kody had also been duped, fallen with force. Janelle has watched their holy arrangement transform into a monarchy for more than 10 years. The house of cards is falling, she said softly as she sipped her lukewarm coffee. Meri silently strolled around her garden across town, stroking bare branches and withered herbs with her fingers. She had sought refuge in the dirt after her emotional banishment from Kody's heart. It was the land, not her husband, that had grounded her in recent years. Her initial reaction upon learning of Robyn's situation was to listen, to the wind, to her spirit, to the quiet that was more powerful than words. She had endured years of silent suffering as she saw her identity fall apart and her place in the family crumble in contrast to Robyn's growing popularity. Nevertheless, she had never let resentment fully establish itself. She now felt vindication rather than retribution. Signs, whispers, and abrupt reckonings were all ways that the cosmos communicated. Meri was an energy believer. In karma. In the invisible realm. Additionally, this was more than just a health issue. This interruption was wonderful. Robyn's room in the hospital, meanwhile, appeared to be stuck in a time warp. Her fingers did not twitch, and her body did not flinch. Her soul was absent, but the machines beeped ceaselessly. It had moved somewhere else. Robyn went through a dreamscape unlike anything she had ever experienced in the depths of her unconscious mind. It was a large hall composed of light and stone, with the floor resonating with quiet and the walls shimmering like glass. She was barefoot, clothed in a basic white garment, no cosmetics, no adornments, no mask. A dais was in front of her, and a figure, neither male nor female, neither irate nor affectionate, was standing motionless on it. Eternal. The figure's mouth did not move, yet it said, "You are not dead. However, you are here to respond." "Answer for what?" she said in a little shaky voice. "Due to imbalance," it answered. "For stealing what should have been shared. For passing off arrogance as humility. For professing sacrifice while others went hungry for affection." Robyn started crying. Those well-known sobs that had so frequently weakened Kody's will. However, in this location, they dropped to the ground ineffectively and vanished silently. The figure went on, "You thought of yourself as a victim, but you constructed the prison. To be raised, you stepped on their backs. And they no longer kneel." Meri and Janelle showed up in the dream, calm and radiant, not enraged or vindictive. They remained silent. They just stood and observed. Observers. Robyn collapsed on the ground. "All I wanted was love." The voice said, "But did you love in return? Or were you terrified to share it or lose control, so you hoarded it like treasure?" No response was found. Only sobs. Hours had gone by the time Robyn opened her eyes in the hospital bed. Her spirit was rattled, but her breathing remained steady. Like fog, the vision held on to her. Her gaze had changed from one of entitlement or innocence to one of awakening. Complete revelation, humbling and terrifying. Kody ran to her side, sobbing uncontrollably. He muttered, "You're awake," as though he dared not believe it. She didn't look at him though. Not quite yet. Her initial remarks were subdued yet determined. I witnessed all." Kody texted Janelle back home, just saying, "She's awake." She didn't answer. After learning the news, Meri stood in her garden once more, eyes closed and barefoot on the ground. Through the trees, the wind blew. She sensed a slight change in the world. The start of a fresh cycle. One based on real facts rather than common lies. The Brown family was altered irrevocably. The foundation of their spiritual structure has been broken. We didn't know what was left. Would Robyn be different? Could Kody? Would the ladies who had been abandoned ever be able to forgive? That would be answered by time. The age of illusion was over, though, and that much was clear. And it was merely the beginning of the reckoning, and there's more. Janelle Brown, actress of Sister Wives, recently shared a picture of herself looking gorgeous, and it's obvious that she's ready to let go of Kody Brown. Janelle, Kody's second wife, was 55 years old. In recent years, she was also the second of his spouses to leave the polygamous family. By the time Sister Marriages Season 19 debuted, Kody had 4 marriages and 18 kids, but he was inadvertently monogamous with his youngest and 4th wife, Robyn Brown, 45. Janelle has never looked better and has moved on with her life. Although Janelle and Kody appeared to be a good match, the Sister Wives Season 19 star broke up with him in 2022. After 29 years of marriage, they had 6 kids. Her decision to leave her multiple families was difficult, and she hasn't had an easy go of it thus far. Janelle had to deal with some financial realities, as well as the death of her oldest son. Garrison Brown, age 25, died in March 2024. Janelle has made progress in her life, despite the fact that her anguish is still present. After relocating to North Carolina, she launched her Ideal company. She also looks amazing and shed weight. Janelle just shared a picture of herself looking really put together on Instagram. The Sister Wives Season 19 star recently attended a fancy fundraiser in a stunning velvet gown. "My friend at April Rains and her husband had an extra ticket for a fundraiser this weekend in Raleigh," the post reads. "It was fun to dress up and spend the evening out for a good cause." This was very unconventional for the single mother, as Janelle now lives and works on a farm. She is putting her polygamous ex-husband behind her. When they were married to Kody, Janelle and 52-year-old Christine Brown were not close. Despite belonging to the same family, the Sister Wives Season 19 cast members had somewhat distinct personalities. Christine was the first of Kody's wives to leave the marriage in 2021. They became close as they rebuilt their lives together, because Janelle was the second. Even the first few holidays were spent together, with their kids by their sides. Janelle and Christine even go on trips together these days. They both just won cruises as a result of their work with Plexus, a health and fitness organization. Many people were aware with the carousel of pictures that Christine posted on Instagram, including her daughter Michael T. Padron and her husband David Woolley. Part of Christine's lengthy post says, "There will always be an unbreakable relationship between the Sister Wives cast." On the Sibling Revelry podcast, Janelle was recently questioned about her romantic life. The Sister Wives Season 19 cast member stated that she has no plans to date or even get married again. She declared, "I am done," and added, "I love my single life." However, she continued by saying that she would give it serious thought if it came up. She might be more receptive to finding love again after spending more time apart from Kody. It will be interesting to observe whether Janelle decides to try monogamy this time or get into another polygamous relationship. Sister Wives viewers are aware that Christine Brown has dedicated most of her life to helping others. Now that she has changed her perspective and her life, she wants people to know if she is truly disregarding the difficult issues in her life. Having previously married Meri Brown and Janelle Brown, Christine was Kody Brown's third wife. Following Kody's marriage to Robyn Brown, his fourth wife after 3 long-term marriages, everything appeared to be going well for the Sister Wives Season 19 cast until 2021, when Christine made the shocking decision to divorce Kody. Meri and Janelle soon followed. In a recent Instagram reel, Christine reflected on the path her life has taken. Christine said in the video, which was set to the song of Jimmy Eat World, "The Middle," that she tries to stay positive. But that doesn't mean she's ignoring the difficult things in her life. It indicates that her attention is on the positive. Staying positive doesn't mean ignoring the tough stuff, Christine continued in her caption. It entails deciding to stand up for what is right. How can you maintain your optimism when things are tough? For Christine, the past 5 years have not been easy. After relocating to Arizona from Las Vegas, the Brown family fell apart, and the COVID-19 outbreak made things worse. Because Kody was unable to satisfy all of his women, there was a great deal of friction in the already broken family. Kody's preference for Robyn and their children was something Christine, Janelle, and Meri were tired of. The courageous decision to leave Kody and the family was made by brave Christine initially. Soon after, Meri and Janelle arrived, undoubtedly motivated by Christine's experience. Finally placing herself ahead of Kody and his desires, Christine made a risk that paid off. She quickly became acquainted with David Woolley, and the two had been wed for a year and a half. Christine is quite active on social media, sharing positive thoughts and encouraging messages about prioritizing oneself and how this can result in the most happiness. Many of her devoted followers likely feel stuck in some aspect of their own life, perhaps a job that isn't functioning anymore or a marriage that has to terminate. In any event, the sentiment is relatable. Christine left the only love and home she had ever known at the age of 49 in search of happiness. She can encourage a lot of individuals in her situation to make better decisions for themselves. Although it's not always simple, in fact, it's typically difficult, having confidence and taking risks may definitely pay off. It very definitely did in Christine's instance. Meri Brown, star of Sister Wives, has been candid about feeling strong and independent, but I believe that her latest social media statements are separating her from the other members of the Brown family, which could be detrimental to her during the Kody Pass court dispute. One of the more outspoken members of the Brown family over the years is Meri, who was married to Kody Brown for more than 30 years. Meri made it apparent that, despite outside commotion, she was always looking out for her best interests when she and Kody were having difficulties in their marriage. After years of prioritizing others, Meri has revealed a whole different side of herself throughout Sister Wives Season 19, demonstrating her desire to be independent. It has been admirable how Meri has handled one of the most trying periods of her life, and it has been energizing to watch her grow into a better person. It hasn't been easy to watch Meri go past her marriage to Kody and attempt to deal with the challenges of independence. It's a little alarming that Meri has been pushing away from her old family in her recent social media posts. Throughout her most recent phase of life, Meri has been doing a fantastic job of updating her Instagram followers on her progress. Although Sister Wives contracts limit her ability to talk about her current situation, she has been giving a lot of details about her inner life to show her supporters that she is dealing with the larger problems she has faced. Meri seems to be hinting that her connections with her fellow Sister Wives cast members aren't well by talking about how she's felt like she's sitting in an awkward place lately. Meri's recent posts about experiencing discomfort and keeping quiet when she didn't want to in the past make it plain that she's dealing with some serious emotional issues, even though her decision to leave Kody was bound to negatively impact their relationship. Although Meri has been making every effort to move forward, it has been intriguing to see the subliminal references to her relationships with Kody, Robyn Brown, Christine Brown, and Janelle Brown. Her subtle rejection of her past relationships makes me worry what she's planning to say next. Meri has stated in earlier blogs and lives that she has big plans to share more about her experiences. She has a lot to say about her experience as a sister wife and her capacity to persevere through difficult times after being married to Kody for over 30 years. Meri has a lot to say about her marriage to Kody and her subsequent connection with Robyn, even though she might not have as much to say about her ties with other members of the Brown family. Later on, Meri will talk more about her experience in multiple marriages. Meri has been juggling a lot as she adjusts to her newfound independence. Meri has been fighting to survive in relation to the other members of the Brown family since the dissolution of her marriage and the court case for her portion of Coyote Pass. I'm positive Meri is attempting to remove herself from the family based on her recent posts. The Sister Wives star is protecting herself by making subtly suggestive comments on social media, ignoring and diverting attention from them, and disclosing more about herself than her history with the family. Let us know in your comments. And stay tuned by subscribing our channel to get more updates like this. Thanks everyone.